Do you know how much I love being a streamer? I love being in charge. I love getting to say exactly what I want to do on stream and do what I want to do and when I want to do it. It's great. It's great. What's the schedule, you say? I don't need no schedule. I don't need no schedule. Schedules are more guidelines than actual rules. No schedule. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm gonna do a schedule. I've just not done a schedule. I would have done it if I hadn't been eating food. Hello, everyone. Hope we're doing fantastically well today. I am Mel, and yes, we are writing some more. At long laboring last, we are finally gonna be writing some more. We're gonna be writing some more. I say at long last, mostly because we didn't actually make any progress on the actual story itself. We were stuck doing planning last week, but it was necessary planning, so this is fine. But yes, this is also not the day that I usually do writing on. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, no, schedule. Okay, schedule. Yeah, I've not done the schedule. Listen, it was a choice of do the schedule or take longer to eat dinner. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of fed up of having to eat my dinner while I'm on stream. It's like fun on occasion, but it's been happening too often recently. Unfortunately, I only have an hour to get a shower, make food, eat food, and also prepare for stream. I don't have enough time in my day to be able to do all that at once, no matter what my best efforts are. So you know what, instead, we're going to do the schedule live. We're going to do the schedule live instead of eating dinner. Or rather, I've already eaten dinner, but instead of eating dinner on stream, we'll do the schedule on stream. That sounds like it's a good idea. Right, UTC plus 0. Today we're doing Yuri writing stream. Yuri writing stream starting at 1700. Also, I'm pressing buttons that I should not be pressing. Go to Fat Jaw, Clever Mel. Let's see. Thursday, yeah, we ain't streaming on Thursday. I'm busy this Thursday. Something's come up, or rather, something's not come up. I've got an appointment. It's not one of the most exciting appointments in the world, but regardless, it's an appointment, and I will be in some degree of pain and discomfort when I'm done, and I'm not really gonna feel like streaming. I might, but we'll chalk that up to a gorilla, by which I mean I'm almost definitely not streaming. We will stream on Friday though. We'll stream Elden Ring on Friday. What time do I want to do? Because, let's see, I leave work at 1 my time, so that's like midday. So I could start at 2 o'clock on Friday. No. Can't quite start that early. Oh, although I could. I could do that early. Just like get home immediately Elden Ring. You know what? That might be good. What about lunch? Oh, I'll have had lunch then. I get my lunch at work on Fridays. Yeah, for some reason the geniuses decided, yeah, let's have everyone come into work for 5 hours on a Friday, but they also get a 45-minute lunch break. I'm just like, can I leave an hour early instead? They're like, no. So I literally have to work for like 3.5 hours, take 45 minutes for my lunch, work another half hour, and then go home. So I'll have had my lunch. We've got lunch plans at the office this week. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, I think I could potentially just about do a stream at 2 o'clock my time, so that is 1 o'clock. Yeah, you know what, why not? If anything does come up, that means I can't do it, then we'll discuss that when the time comes. No stream Saturday. No stream Saturday. We're kind of merging the Thursday-Saturday streams today, or rather we're shuffling. We're shuffling Thursday to Tuesday, Saturday to Friday, and then Sunday is just, well, Sunday. So it's fine. Sunday, we are doing more Stalker. Stalker, Clear Sky. Lovely. I'm looking forward to that. I've been loving playing Stalker, actually. It has been very fun. Looking forward to having some more of that in my life. Though I did have an interesting moment at work in the last week or so, where people were like, "Oh yeah, Mel, what do you do? What kind of games do you play and stream?" Because I've mentioned I'd stream, which is nice actually. Nice being able to say that I stream. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I do like, you know, RPGs, strategy games." Started playing the Stalker series, and they're just like, "Stalker? What's the deal with that? Is that like a game of it being a stalker?" I'm like, no. And then the conversation moved on. I think we got distracted by something before I can actually explain what it actually was. So I've got the impression that people think I'm actually just some kind of stalker. But you know what? Better than something they could think about me, to be honest. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Right, where are my bloody assets? Not those ones, different assets. There we go. Wait, that's not it, huh? Where is it? Meh. There we go. I found it. Right, okay. We also need to set the other dates. And times to unscheduled. Lovely. So it's a 3-day streaming week this week. 3 days worth of streaming for me. I have some kind of plans this weekend and week. Some of which is going to be painful, some of which is going to be rather pleasant. We'll see how they go. Right. Where is my folder full of my schedules? I don't know why I really have a folder set up just to hold my schedules in it. I don't quite know why I bother, but it's there. I did slightly intend to do my schedule like yesterday, but like I got home and I was sitting at my computer desk, but my computer switched off. Was just switched off, and I just like never looked at it. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're worrying too much. I was sleepy, but I didn't sleep very early. It's fine. Right, schedule is going live, and man, Valdis is being productive lately. She's doing a lot of work just now. Hopefully she's doing good. Right. There we go, one schedule. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? I delayed my stream actually doing anything productive to do something productive on stream. Right, you're happy, right? Well done. Well done right there. Yeah, it took 10 minutes. I didn't even have 10 minutes. I did not even have 10 minutes to share my schedule. What do you want from me? I've had a day. It's been a very interesting day. There we go. Now it's also on the Discord and everything. Fantastic. Anyway, we're here for a reason today. Believe it or not, we're actually here for something. We're doing some writing. Yes. We did a new note, by the way. This is going to be chapter 4. And what are we calling this chapter? I feel like chapter 3 could not be called Nostalgia. We can maybe save Nostalgia for chapter 4. Chapter 1's Anxiety. Chapter 2 is Frustration. Chapter 3 is Huh. What is the technical climax here? This is... What's the word again? It's 5-act structure. This is exposition. This is rising tension through frustration. This should be the climax, so this should be... Yeah, I'm inclined to say let's take that from there. Let's move nostalgia over to chapter 4. Chapter 3 could probably be... There's a word that I want to use here, but I'm not sure what the word is. I can't quite place it. Maybe exhilaration? Probably not exhilaration. Exhilaration's too positive. We want it to be... like, intense but neutral. Intense but neutral. Not arousal, that's also got too many connotations associated with it. But something to that effect, we can come back to it. We can come back to it. But I do like, I don't know, maybe nostalgia works here. Maybe it does work here after all. Let's just keep it as nostalgia. And then this one for flashback can be, I don't know, we'll come back to that particular thought later. Let's get a little bit more comfortable. Oh, I'm sitting all scrunched up in my chair. That should not be a good thing. If only... My controller just fell. If only I had someone with over 1 million freaking Melbucks to tell me to fix my posture. That'd be really handy right about now, to be quite honest. That was uncomfortable. Right. Right. Okay. Chapter 4, we don't know what it's going to be called, but we know how it's going to start off. This is our big flashback chapter, which I'm very much looking forward to writing. Let's see how much we can actually do today, considering we spent all of last stream just going over what was actually going to be included in chapters 4 and 5. And I'm more than expecting that we're going to deviate from those plans as well. That'd be very fun. Right, so what are we after? Brianna's first day at school. Right, we'll start off with this. Brianna glanced down at her mother's hand as it hung by her side. Hmm. What am I trying to write here? We're establishing age at this point. But some part of her did wish. So yeah, this is the introduction of Brianna and Clementine with like 10, 11. Last year of primary school. My rating's not fantastic here, but I'm gonna roll with it. This is fine. Move that to here. I just cannot spell today, and it's fascinating. Also, I do enjoy that I'm just like inventing more details for Brianna now. Used to not be a city girl. Ended up having to move to the city. I like it. I like it. These are good details to have, I think. These are good details. I like this. I like this a lot. Hello, Nucleos. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. We are writing on a very odd day today. This is not normally a writing day, but well, here we are. We're rolling with it. And we're making some decent progress, 160 odd words already, which is quite nice. Hopefully you're doing good, Nucleos. Hopefully you're having a nice week. I've had a very interesting day today. Actually, I wonder how much I can really reliably say about this. So when it comes to when it comes to gatekeeping science, I had an experience today. I had an experience when it came to gatekeeping science today, and I think I can talk about it in big enough details to still make it interesting. Got some stuff from the hardware store for your self-watering planter. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Good project there by the sounds of it, Nucleos. Hopefully you enjoy. Sounds like you will do. But yes. There's some tea. There is some tea. And why does this keep muting itself, for goodness sake? Just gonna mute that. But yes. So today, as everyone knows, I've graduated from a mere front lines, boots on the ground, hands elbow deep in laser guts. No. I have moved up, so to speak, and become a science gatekeeper. A very, very fun way of putting it, if I may say. But I get situations. I see things. I learn things. I see patterns. It's less about me directly doing the science myself and more observing the science being done by others. Meta science, if you will. No, not really. But yes, an interesting scenario came across me today, where some of the science that I was to weigh in on was of a somewhat dubious nature. And this does happen from time to time, you know, sometimes people are like, yeah, this is totally science, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, is this really science though? Is this really science though? Can I really in my heart of hearts call this science? And sometimes I have to just say, you know what, I can see that it's science in this term, do not push it. And then the science continues. Well, and ideally the science continues. Today, however, there was a very fascinating situation arose where some of the science that came across my desk was incredibly dubious. It was, of all things, metaverse, NFTs, cryptocurrency. This was the science that came across my workload today. And now that's, I have my bias. I'm not really inclined to be interested in those things. Certainly not the hyped up versions of them that get peddled on the internet these days. However, I will not rule out the possibility that genuine scientific, technological advances can be achieved using advances in that area. I will not rule that out categorically. I'm interested in the science, even if it's science that I'm not necessarily interested in or particularly excited or motivated by. There are some aspects of it that are genuinely interesting. But the question is, was this genuine science that I was weighing in on, or was this something completely unrelated? So, we have our discussion, as we do. We get a little conversation with those involved in the project. And immediately, if you've spent any time in the crypto NFT metaverse space, or if you've had any exposure to it at all, you'll know exactly, unfortunately, how this opened up. Buzzwords. All these high concept ideas, revolutionizing this aspect of the industry, creating an entirely new ecosystem for yada yada yada. We just launched the NFT version of this, so it's a whole new means of ownership. What even is it? Yeah, we've got this new service that can do this, and nothing like it's ever been done before. We're in partnership with this big player in the field, and they're wanting to use this for their metaverse. What else was it? Oh yeah, and it's all going to be on the blockchain. And you know what's incredible? I can see this level of detail, and I'm only leaving out a couple of proper nouns. This is basically word for word the depths of the technical information that they were able to give me up until that point. That's it. But the thing is, despite being so specific about what it is that they are working on in their own words, this could be referring to any one of thousands of similar projects. That's the only reason that I feel comfortable even sharing this story. That no matter how specific I get, well, okay, no matter how specific I can get without being too specific about it, I can say this and you've got no way of knowing which project it is that I'm referring to. Because let's not kid ourselves, at a certain point, they all sound identical. So it got to this stage, and I can see, I'm not the only person in this meeting, there are other people in this meeting as well. And some of them are quite motivated, some of them are making some notes, or going, oh yeah, sounds like some really big advancements. You've gone to a big convention presentation in some delightful holiday destination that I will not name. Yeah, you've been up to a lot of stuff, you're getting some funding. Once you get your funding, you've got this big laundry list of technological advancements you're just itching to implement, and that's really great. And I just stepped in and was like, excuse me, just kind of refocusing towards the actual, science here. What about, like, this metaverse project that you're developing is different from what's being done elsewhere in the industry? Because that's what we like to see. We like to see that, science is being done, that there's some kind of technological advancement taking place. That's the kind of terms that we like to see things being done. And they were just like, oh, well, about the technology, and they go, they start talking. A lot of the same points get brought up in conversation once again, and I just thought, no, like, that's great and all, good for you guys, but what advances in the technology are being achieved by what you're doing here? And then they start rambling just a little bit about how great what they're doing is. I'm like, yeah, but what's out there now that's being done with this? And how is what you're doing technologically better than that? And then I start getting blank stares. Suddenly they go from being incredibly chatty and animated and excited about their project, which is something that I do genuinely like to see. I like to see it when people are talking about how what they're doing makes a massive big difference. It's a huge thing for their business and it's changing the industry. I like to see that. But then suddenly they go quiet and they start immediately like clamming up, and the technical leads kind of is like, oh yeah, technical lead, do you have anything that you want to say on these points? Not right now. I can send a list of the advances we've been making this year over to you. And I'm like, yeah, no, that would be great. So I just like give them an idea of what kind of thing that we actually want to see from them. And the tone is just completely dead. Deathly silent. And then I'm like, oh yeah, and can we also get details of yourselves, if you don't mind, the people who are in charge of this project? Because as we're doing this, we like to see that the person who's responsible for it has an educational background in the field. We like to see what their industry experience is. Just means that it's easier to say, yeah, this is legitimate science being done by a legitimate person who's experienced and capable in the field. And they're just like, yeah, we'll send you the details. Yeah, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, that's completely fine. Don't worry about it. The call ends, and I burst into laughter. I'm not ashamed to say that I don't know if I was laughing or crying. It was profound. The change in the expression that they had when they realized, like, okay, this is the incredibly cynical aspect of me. There could be something there, who knows? But the cynical part of me is just like, as soon as they realized that the crypto spiel wasn't landing, that when actually pressed on what advancement their project actually delivered, they realized, oh wait, this isn't working, oh crap, how do we deliver from this? And I won't say exactly what they said just before the end of the call, but yeah, no, they gave very much the impression that they were regretting starting to speak to us, or at the very least, they were regretting me having opened my mouth and asked the questions. So that was incredible. I honestly, when I took this position, I never considered the day that I would genuinely have to weigh in on whether an NFT project could be considered a scientific advancement. Somehow the thought never crossed my mind. But here we are. That's exactly what I had to weigh in on today, and it puts me in a bit of an awkward spot, somewhat, because I can't exactly say, yeah, no, this is not science. What you're doing is not science. That's not good practice. That's not good practice for us to say, yeah, this isn't science. What are you doing? But what I can do, and what I'm effectively encouraged to do, is to dig for information. If I don't feel like there's enough information there, I am well within my rights to ask more questions. I can say, okay, give me more detail on this. I need better context for what's happening here. And if they can't give it, at a certain point, it can just be said, yeah, no, this is not what we are looking for here. And I know how to get there. I know how to get to that point where I can say that. I'm just wondering how much of my... But okay, no, I opened up and said, yes, no, I'm biased against these kinds of things. I'm biased against these kinds of things. I have said that, but I am willing to consider it. But I am making every opportunity to demonstrate that it's not that I don't understand where the advancements being made. It's that there's no advancement being made and it's literally just an asset flip. First, I thought they maybe wanted to do some research concerning the data structures behind the blockchain. Now, that wouldn't actually qualify as what we're looking for there, because the knowledge there is already known. Like, you can look up the structure of the Ethereum or Bitcoin blockchain. There is extensive documentation on how to use it, how to set up services using it. That's all there. That's not really like science or research being done on that. If you wanted to, what kind of thing I would hope to see as an advancement in the space would be, I'm not smart enough to optimize or understand how to optimize data structures. Yeah. Hash fees, yeah. I'm familiar with the terms. I looked into it a little while ago. I've actually looked into a little bit of cryptographic hashing in my own time. But what I would want to see from them would be something along the lines of, okay, every single blockchain that's currently in use tends to use proof of work to prove that the next block in the chain is legit. But that's incredibly resource intensive. Like, you hear about like server farms in Iceland being used to mine cryptocurrency and what have you. We're moving away from that. We're going to something that is going to be significantly less resource intensive. And I'd be like, you know what? That's actually genuinely useful. It does allow for what benefits, such as they are, on blockchain technology are, but it allows for those benefits and it gets rid of the negative, which is the massive energy expenditure. It re-democratizes the whole process. I know Ethereum's done something similar to that. I don't know much about it. I'd keep up with it on the day-to-day. But like those kinds of things. That kind of thing, I would be like, you know what? Yep, there we go. Clear evidence of technological advancement here. That's what I like to see. But they're just like, nah, we're just making this one weird crypto bro service that only crypto bros are going to be interested in. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not R&D, that's just a crappy product development. So yeah, no, that was very interesting. That was very interesting, yeah. So I'm not allergic to the thought of that having technological advancement. But at the same time, yeah, no. I know enough to ask the questions, and as soon as I started asking them and they couldn't answer them, it just cemented it for me. Maybe not all of these kind of things are, you know, just in it for the money, for, you know, to make a quick buck, or several hundred thousand or million bucks. But this one, it seems like it was trying to do that. I was not impressed. Not impressed at all. And if I have any say in the situation, I'll see to it that if they cannot satisfy me, we will not be considering it any further. So yeah, no, that was interesting. Did not expect that today. I just read BTRFs is using a hash tree structure. I know a little bit about hash trees, but not very much. I implemented something that I think is adjacent to that a while ago, but it's been a long time. Project for another day. Maybe we'll even look into that. We'll look into actual interesting applications of blockchain technology. Maybe not distributed, but blockchain, yes. Brianna nodded, wondering if... Yeah, let's get back to some writing instead of me complaining about crypto bros. And NFTs, oh god. They were going to fundraise using NFTs. Like, did they not realize that the NFT market crashed last year? Apparently they don't. Either that or they're just like real big believers. Don't even ask me. Let's see. Brianna nodded, wondering if it would be seen... She wished... There we go. On another note, recently got back in some 2000 early 10s metalcore melodeath through a friend. That's interesting. Not a genre I'm very familiar with. I'm kind of terrible with music. I do love music though. But I'm very particular with my music. I'm not gonna lie. I spent most of today listening to Meatloaf's Out of the Frying Pan and Into the Fire on loop. That's how I spent most of my day today. You weep. I have cultured musical tastes, I will have you know, TVPG. Weepiness notwithstanding. Yeah, no, Meatloaf. Freaking love Meatloaf. No, freaking, I don't know, out of the Frying Pan Into the Fire, I've mentioned it before. Out of the Frying Pan Into the Fire is basically my coming out song. It's the song that I associate with me coming out as trans. I adore it. I love it. It means so much to me. It's I don't know. I find it really comforting to play it. So I've just like had it on loop today and nearly teared up several times over it. It's great. It's good. Would recommend. Got a couple of songs on that album actually, Bat Out of Hell 2, that I actually associate very strongly with. That's one of them. It's good. Gonna give it a listen. Hope you enjoy. Came out, I think it was it 93 or 95? I don't remember. One of the 2 years. The bitter of an oldie one. Especially as far as I'm concerned. But it's a good one. I only actually got around to listening to it in like, what must it have been, like 2017, 18? And it's basically just been like one of those albums that I'm stuck listening to since. Still not got around to Bat Out of Hell 3. Or the rest of Meatloaf's discography. We'll get around to it at some point. But I need to, you know, like actually spend the time to properly appreciate it. And I have no time these days. I need to make more time. I need to make more time to read and listen to music and do fun stuff. I don't know. Planning some fun chill times in the future, in the near future. So maybe I will be able to take that time for myself at some point. That'd be nice. But yes, that cover for Bat Out of Hell though, hell yes, is entirely the point. Yeah. The like ominous graveyard, the tomb in the distance, the bright, I'm pretty sure it's a bright moon against a red sky with that giant bat crouched on top of the mausoleum as a dude on a freaking motorbike bursts out of the ground. It's awesome. Second one, oh no, the second one, it's even cooler. It's like, well, it's a continuation of the previous one. Freaking giant bat thing at the top of the Empire State Building, angel like in its grasp or close to it, with the dude on the motorbike racing at it with a glowing thing in his fist. It's awesome. Gave me Judas Priest vibes. Oh, very fun. Yeah, no, oh god, no, those album covers are freaking awesome. They're really awesome. I Would Do Anything for Love is another incredible song. Not one that I resonate with especially well, it's just a fantastic bloody song. It's really good. Right. Not what I expected from the cover though. Oh, for what's it called? Which song is the question there? If we're talking Out of the Frying Pan into the Fire, yeah, no, very different from that cover. Actually, are they even really that kind of thing? Out of the Frying Pan, yeah. It's very different. It's a very like positive, gleeful song. Reverent in places, I would say. Where does the attitude of, you know, battling a giant bat on a flying motorcycle, where is that in that album? Probably it's a bit more in like Wasted Youth, or rather Everything Louder Than Everything Else. Yeah, it's not like ridiculous heavy metal kind of thing, but it's sure as hell metal. There's like lots of like vocal choir elements in a lot of the songs, which are incredible. Really do love it. Just love it out of the frying pan. Just love Meatloaf in general. On positive slash weirdly positive makes me think of Hatebreed. You'll be more familiar with that than I am. I'm not very familiar with Hatebreed. But weirdly positive. It's not really weirdly positive. It's not like one of those songs where it's like, you know, sounds upbeat but actually has really sad lyrics. It's just plain positive lyrics kind of thing. What was it called? Ooh, Life is a Lemon might suit the opening, or might suit the cover quite well. Life is a lemon, and I want my money back. Just complaining about the state of the world, really, which is just great. It's got a bit more of that kind of anger element that you kind of get from the cover. Yeah, hardcore band. That's pretty positive messaging for the style and name. Sounds like it. I don't know. I don't know if this would be something that anyone would be interested in aside from me, because I do this all the time. Just on the discussion of the Meatloaf album, or albums. I don't know. I wonder if there'd be any interest in hearing me go into like way too much detail on what aspects of it, whether the lyrics, the music, or what have you, that I find so compelling and relevant to myself. I don't know how much of a demand or an interest in that kind of thing there is. Out of the Frying Pan's pretty cool. Can't see myself listening to it. Awesome though, just not the music I listen to. That's fair. That's fair. It's not for everyone, but it's very much for me. It's very much for me. Although I do have to say, I probably appreciate it in a way that was not anywhere near originally intended by Meatloaf. I probably appreciate it in a very different way that's intended, because the material of the song itself is very different from the value that I project onto it. But, you know, Meatloaf's dead now, rest in peace. Death of the author, so to speak. I can project whatever meaning I want onto it. Nah, I could have done that even when he was alive. But yeah, no, I can project my own meaning onto it, and I do. and I like it all the more for that. Not that I didn't like it to begin with. Always listening to what makes people like certain music. That's good to hear. Maybe we'll do that sometime. Either in a tangent, or we'll make a full proper stream or something of it. That could be fun. Wonder how many people would be actually interested in that. We'll see. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a conversation with someone. Maybe I'll get someone else and kind of compare and contrast our tastes in music and our readings of things. That could be fun. We'll see. Discussing music taste with chat would be interesting. That would be interesting. That would be quite interesting. I don't know, maybe do like an unarchived stream or something, just like reviewing people's music tastes. Like that would absolutely just immediately get copyright struck, of course. But just reviewing some people's music taste, that could be fun. Maybe we'll make a day of it sometime. That's a sad thing. Yeah, it's a shame. Damn DMCA, yeah. I mean, hell, I get copyright strikes as it is just for playing my own BGM. Seriously, there was when I used to play Minecraft quite a lot, when I left the BGM on in Minecraft, there'd be times where it would overlap with my own stream background music. And for some reason, I would always get copyright struck by Colombian musicians, like rappers and electronic artists, because apparently Minecraft plus my own music that I had composed for me sounds like Colombian rap music. Don't ask me. Nah, it's just those frivolous claims, you know, they happen. Hell, sometimes it happens if I'm playing like Elden Ring's opening theme tune. I'm like, dude, this is Elden Ring. This is Elden Ring. You did not make Elden Ring. Are you from Soft? No. It's fun. Ridiculous what people are able to do. Then, yeah, no, and there should be penalties for people making frivolous claims. I think. Like, you make a frivolous claim, you gotta pay some kind of penalty. Maybe not financial, but like you lose your rights to make non-frivolous claims, or like there's like a 3-strike system or something. I don't know, but there should be some kind of incentive to not be making those claims, because it hurts everyone. It hurts everyone for like this slight possibility of making a couple of pennies off of just poor random streamers. There's no need for it. Anyway, on music taste. I always love trying to explain to people why I like harsh vocals. You mean harsh vocals in terms of how the vocals are delivered, or the vocals themselves? Are we talking like screamo or what have you? I know they are quite popular. She says, as if she has any idea what it's actually about. I don't have any idea what it's about. Not that I don't recognize what's going on there when it's actually said or done. But yeah, not usually in my my own music vocabulary. Best way I could find was a YouTube video explaining the idea quite well. I also mean like slam/brutal death. Vocals, right. They kind of feel like another percussive instrument more than a melodic instrument. And for me personally, that's quite enjoyable. That's interesting. Very interesting. I can somewhat see the appeal there. Let's see. How are we doing? 333 words, just 1 hour in. You know what? That's about what I've come to expect from myself, so I can deal. Let's see. Apologies, I had this sneeze. Don't know why. Just sniffing a bit. There's another time I had to sneeze today, actually. Of course, higher harsh vocals like Fry screams also feel like another distorted guitar. Oh, very fun. Now, there was another sneeze I had to do today. Let's do a sneeze review, shall we? Yeah, I left a piece of Tupperware out in the kitchen that I'd used to hold my lunch in last week. And I realized, wait, if I'm taking more lunches to work this week, then I'm gonna have to clean the Tupperware. So I opened the piece of Tupperware, and inside it, there was mold. There was mold inside it. Mold sneeze, yeah, gave me a mold sneeze. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, the more... okay, to be fair, it wasn't that bad. It was a couple of little white puffs more than anything else, but it was definitely food that had gone off. I won't lie. Not that there was any food actually in it. It was just like, it was more like the dish was unclean. It hadn't been cleaned. There was like maybe like a little bit of like cheese stuck on the side, but it was empty. There wasn't food like actually inside it. It just had food in there, and the food had grown mold, which is fun. Tupperware on the counter equals mold. Always, this is true. So yeah, I opened it up, I started washing it, and I sneezed. That's the whole story. But like, a kind of a realization immediately follows from this, because all of a sudden, I'm reminded of the other cursed individuals who I've encountered over the years, who have exposure to mold. My mind immediately goes to Mumu, who very infamously has eaten several moldy pieces of food in the past. Who else has had run-ins with mold? I'm trying to remember who else in Amberglow had run-ins with mold. Someone did. I don't think it was Chelsea. I don't think it was Shu. Someone else had run-ins with mold in Amberglow on a semi-regular basis. I think it was Chelsea. It might have been. Oh wait, no, I think it might have been Chelsea. Yeah, I think it was Chelsea. So yeah, no. Part of me is thinking, like, is this just something that's gonna become more frequent now? Is this something that's gonna become frequent? Because yeah, there was I made, well, was it a pot of soup? I think I made a pot of soup like a month and a half ago or something. And I didn't eat all of it very quick. And I opened it up, and there was some mold in the dish of soup that was still in my fridge. And I had to like pour it out. I poured it out, and then the mold was like floating on the top. And it was just like, yuck. Is this just part and parcel of me becoming trans, or realizing that I'm trans, or more accepting that I'm trans? Am I just become more of a fail girl as time goes on? Like, am I just gonna like just start growing mold everywhere? Is that my future? Is this something I have to look forward to now? Have I just become some kind of fail girl that just has mold growing everywhere? Oh god, no. I can't allow this to continue. I have to be better than Chelsea at the very least. I have to be at least better than that. Do you know the video of the school kids finding an old lunchbox, and when they open it there's this greenish cloud? I think I know the one, yeah. That's a nightmare right there. Yeah. I think I'm familiar with it, though I've not seen it myself. Yeah, it's gross. Let's swiftly stop talking about mold. Actually, one last thing about mold. I do have a bit of mold in my room, actually. Not like on my walls, fortunately, like has happened before, where there's been like mold in the drywall. No, the mold that I have to deal with is actually on part of my bed frame. Like, the bed itself is fine, but it's a bit weird. There's like, underneath the mattress, there's like a spine running down the middle of the bed. And there's like ribs coming off that spine, but they're like weirdly like arched up kind of thing. They're like kind of arch up. And for some reason, mold kind of builds up between the mattress and the ribs and the spine. So yeah, and also yeah, those ribs are really fragile. Just like kneeling on my bed has caused them to break several times. It's kind of terrifying. But yeah, no, for some reason, like the wood of the spine and the ribs just ends up getting mold growing inside it, and it makes it really brittle. And like sometimes I need to just like spray it down to like kill what's growing there. It's not the best. Not the best. I mean, it's livable, but it's not the best. Girl, you live like that? Yeah, I have something like that. It's fine though. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Right. The teacher spoke brightly, making her jump. Brianna, right? Actually, we don't need to include this. We don't need to include this. We don't need to include small talk with a secondary character or set dressing character. Where did I ever get to on the whole the whole Clementine has glasses thing? I don't think we've ended up having a Clementine with glasses in the end. Because, like, they've never came up. Like, chapter 1, no mention of Clementine's glasses. Chapter 2, no question about her having glasses. Chapter 3, we've got the whole scene where Brianna's like pressing Clementine's face down into the bed, and yet there's no discussion of the glasses being on her face. Like, they could be there, I could make them be there, but they ain't there. I don't know, maybe we'll Maybe that's something that could be added in post. But anyway, that's a future Mills problem. That would be a future Mills problem. We can decide how adorkable we want Clementine to be. Brianna quietly followed. Does this make sense? I think that can make sense. I can work with this. I can roll with this. This is fine. This is completely fine. We can roll with this. That's probably fine. So we're about halfway through where we got here, and honestly, Brianna's just taken her seat. This is going to be a long chapter. I mean, we kind of saw this coming, to be fair. Yeah, this is going to take a lot longer than I expected. I'm concerned now. Okay, it's fine. We can deal with it in editing. Let's just focus on getting words out. We are making some good time. Let's make the most of it. We've gone up 400 words in the last hour, which is nice. Let's try and make the most of it. Let's have a little hydrata. I'm very much leaning on my own experience in primary school here. This is not going to be familiar to a lot of people, especially if you weren't part of the UK or at the very least Scottish school system. Actually, I don't even know how representative it is of other primary schools, but it was part of my primary school. And my experience having been in primary schools since then, either for like other family members at school or like events at schools. Yeah. Schools become creepy once you've left them. Very, very concerning places in many ways. Many, many ways. Thank you for the pause to check TV. Look at you actually spending your Melbucks. Or Melbucks now. I'm a merciful god. No, I'm the merciful god. Because I haven't disabled the Melbucks. I could disable them anytime I want and only Twitch would complain. And you would have no recourse. You would have no recourse to recoup all the time that you've spent collecting those suckers. I can just stop at any time I want. I can just turn off the tap, number don't go up. Yeah, but if you did, then no one else would get points either. Do the points really matter though? Like, so if the only reason that you're actually watching me is because you can collect my channel points, why, like, is that the only reason why I want people to be here? No. No. If that's the only reason you're here, what are you doing? There are better things to do than collect random channel points on the internet. Much better things to do. There are much better things to do than that. Consider another hobby, perhaps. Don't tell me how to live my life. No. No. You've been here to collect 1 million? At that point, congratulations TV, you get a certificate that says I won Melbucks capitalism, and you don't get any more points now. You don't get any more points. No more points for you. You've already used the happy emote. You're not allowed to take that back now. That means you're happy with not getting any more points. Sweet. Sweet. Right. Good. Glad we're on the same page. Good to know. No backsies. No backsies. Got to put myself in a bit of an awkward and unrealistic situation at this point, where after a couple of weeks of not doing any maths, Brianna has forgotten how to do some relatively basic maths that a 10-year-old might be able to do, which is understandable. If you don't keep on top of it, you forget it. I distinctly remember around, like, oh god, how old must I have been? Even like primary 6 going to primary 7, just like arriving at school and being like, after the summer, and just being like, wait, how do I do this again? What is this again? I don't remember. How do I maths? Since then, yeah, just last week I found myself doing maths that I haven't done in over 10 years. Maybe. Okay, not 10 years. Not quite 10 years. Maybe more like 8. I'm just being like, yeah, no, it's been a while since I've done this maths. Like in this capacity. But I remembered it fairly quickly, which was nice. Yeah, it's not been that long. I've dabbled in it since then, so that's not even a real thing. So yeah, just remembering not having a perfect memory about thing, BRB. No worries, TV. Hope all's good. Brianna had all but... God, what did 10-year-olds even learn in maths? What do 10-year-olds even learn in maths? Let's see. Let's see. Freaking addition, subtraction. I mean, surely they can use that. Surely there's more to it than just that. Okay, addition, subtraction of like very big numbers, sure. Times tables. Basic algebra. Huh. That's fine. I can roll with that. And we've got the intro for Clementine. Wee Clementine. I actually, you know, I'm almost surprised at myself. I haven't described basically anything about Clementine's appearance. Which I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing. I'll probably have to work some details into the story later. I've only included the things that are directly pertinent to this story. By which I mean how big her boobs are. My god. Does this... I don't know, like... When you say it like that, it sounds really bad, doesn't it? Yes, she bounced... wait, what's it? She bounced breastily as she ran, or something like that. I'm pretty sure that was a term that was used in some story or other. I'm just like, okay, I'm not that bad. Mel, don't worry about it. You're not that bad. It's fine. Beck, welcome back, TV. I was just saying I've done a terrible job at describing what Clementine looks like in the story so far. Like, the only identifying feature there is about her at all is basically that she's got big boobs. That's the only detail that I've actually more or less included at this point. Which I'm not sure is a good thing. Yes, exactly my point. Yeah, well, okay, not exactly my point. We've got the sus fox going on over here. No. It's fine, it's the first draft. We're still very much on the first draft. We're also 800 words in, which is not bad, actually. Considering we're only 2 hours in. We have nearly written 3 times, okay, not 3 times, 50% extra on top of what I normally do. It's good. It's very nice. It's great. Also, what the hell is going on with that emote, TV? I'm deeply concerned. Let's see. A vague familiarity. Me too, Mel. Me too. Wait, are you concerned by me or are you concerned by yourself? Because honestly, one of them's more concerning. Yes, yeah, I thought so. That was actually my response too. A vague familiarity. No. It's too warm here. I'll bet. I will bet. Also, that went way too high. I've written a decent amount, actually. I'm quite happy so far. Things are not ridiculously hot over here. It's only been like, I want to say like 20 degrees. Like high teens to 20 degrees. I think it was something maybe 20. No, it wasn't 20 today. It was more like high teens today, which was nice. It was great. Want to reheat my 2D old food, and it had the smell. Yes, I'm familiar with the smell. Where it's just like, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it doesn't quite smell like it doesn't smell like fresh food anymore. Yeah, that doesn't sound the best. No, I mean it smells, if I leave you out for another 2 or 3 nights, there's going to be mold. That sounds about right, yeah. That sounds about right. I usually don't leave them out. Sometimes it happens by accident, sometimes it does happen intentionally. Hours or overnights. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's the message that you sent a bit ago. Sorry, my brain is slightly frying here. I'm enjoying the writing. Do not get me wrong, I'm enjoying the writing. My brain is just slightly frying. I think I need some different music. What do I feel like today? This'll do. That sounds very good. Lovely. Old chins for me. Right. This is an odd kind of nostalgia. This seems a bit more appropriate for scene 2, but I'll roll with it. Must be nice, Brianna said under her breath, but loud enough to be heard. She really is, the girl smiled wildly, and Brianna turned away from her, sharply placing the shotgun on the table between them. I'm working, okay, I'm enjoying this, but it's very chill, very low stakes, very fluffy is what I'm writing. I've already gone over 1,000 words, which is good. We're making very good pace. That's 500 words per hour, which is very good indeed. The problem with this is, though, we're ostensibly a third of the way through this, and we're not even halfway through this section. Well, we're maybe getting to like the halfway mark of this particular section. We can probably wrap it up in just a little bit more. So I'm not too worried about this. But the question is, like, what am I trying to show with this scene? Not just that there's the introduction, but to indicate, I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily want to presage the entire relationship that these two will end up going on to have at this point. But I do want to establish, yeah, here's the start of the friendship and the just liking each other as people. This has to be like the foundation of that. It doesn't have to be the entire thing, because like I do want to have, up until the incident, I do want to establish that there is a little bit of an arc going on there. So go from Brianna being like very independent, closed off here, to then being able to open up and be honest to Clementine. And as she does, those feelings develop as well. But what needs to be achieved here is just, yeah, I don't know. I suppose them meeting is the achievement, but I don't know. This is gonna be a very long chapter, I think, at this rate. Especially if I continue this. Okay, I think scene 2 is likely to be a fair bit shorter. Like, scene 1 is doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's lifting up the it's introducing the relationship between Brianna and her mother. And then it goes on to establish how Brianna and Clementine get onto friendly terms and being interested in each other in a childish platonic way at this point. And then as things develop as they get older. This one should be, I don't think this one's going to be a short, I think it's going to be relatively short, probably like 600 words or so. We might be able to, yeah, I don't think it's going to be too bad. And then this scene 3 is going to be full on drama for this one. We want banter here and some awkwardness. This one needs to be full psychological writing for this one. Where like every moment, almost every heartbeat is captured. Kind of like the way that chapters 2 and 3 did in places. The breakdown, Brianna freaking out, again, deeply psychological. Clementine, deeply psychological. That's going to be a chunky segment, acts 3 and 4. And then 5... I think 5's going to be relatively short. Not too long. You know what, I think this might be okay. It's going to be long. I don't think it's going to be as long as chapter 2. Chapter 2 is nearly 4,000 words. I think it won't be as long as chapter 2, but I think it'll be comparable. We'll see how we get on. We'll give it a bash, and I think it'll ultimately be comparable to that chapter. So yeah, I think we should still be on target for our 20k, which would be very nice. Chapter 1, we are just under 3k. Chapter 2, we're just under 4. So call it 7. Chapter 3, yeah, that takes up to 10. Chapter 4 is going to take us up to probably like 14. And then I can probably see chapter 5 taking us up to like 18 to 20. So yeah, 20,000 words. Hey, we're on track. This is great. How have I done so far actually? So that's 3, that's 4, that's 3. So yeah, we're at 10. Yeah, I think we're over halfway done now. Lovely. I mean, I should bloody hope so. We're certainly over halfway through the chapters. Little note about the girl having braids. As in Clementine having braids. Just have a distinguishing feature. We can play more with it later. I'm just trying to even remember what it was that I learned about in primary school at this point. I obviously remember doing like different English classes. Like English was like broken up into 2 bits. There was like the handwriting side and then there was the language side, so like vocabulary and sentence structure. I don't know why there was so much emphasis on one or the other. Either that or my memory is just very flawed. It has been rather a while since I was in primary school. What other things was there in primary school? There was maths, there was English. I don't remember any like dedicated subjects like geography or history. Maybe there were little bits of history kind of thing, but they were like very odd ones. Social studies in primary school? I don't think so. Not in primary school, for sure. I don't know, like, or maybe like there was social studies, but it wasn't like called social studies. It was just like, this is a thing. Hooray! I don't know. I'm too far removed from childhood. I have become a jaded adult. I can barely remember what it was I learned at primary school. Damn. That's an interesting thought. That's a very interesting thought, actually. Like, I remember more clearly what I remember from secondary school because there was a lot more structure to it. Not that there was no structure in primary school, just that in primary school I was less conscious of the structure. Much less conscious of the structure. Very interesting. The structure's just far more, excuse me, far more abstracted in primary school. Or I'm not sure if that's it. Is it just like they don't bother telling the kids there's a structure to primary school, or there is a structure there but kids aren't conscious of it? I mean, there certainly is a structure there, but it's a question of how much the kids are conscious of it, actively and passively. Also, geez, how sweet we had it in primary school, seriously. 15-minute break in the morning, and then like, what even was it? It was like, lunch was at like, was lunch an hour long? God, it felt like lunchtime lasted forever. It was great. That must have been 45 minutes. Yeah, it must have been 45 minutes. That makes sense. So like an hour's break total. And it's only like 5 hours worth of lessons. So only like 5 lessons. Even like secondary school, that's only like 6.5 hours over the day. Like, no, like 5.5 hours over the day. Well, it was like 5 hours worth of lessons. 6 hours worth of lessons. Then it was lunch and break. Which is probably like another hour, yeah. How does that work? Because we start at 9. 3 hours till lunch. And there was like... But I remember there been like 4 sections before lunch, and then there was like 2 periods, then it was lunch. 2 periods then break, 2 periods then lunch, and then 2 periods then home. But we got there at 9 and we left at 3:30. So where's the extra time? There's a phantom time hypothesis going on here. There's missing time at school. I can't account for like an hour of my time at school. Hello Fracta Bell and welcome to this stream. Good to see ya. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm writing about kids in primary school this chapter and I have no idea how primary school even works. Nom time. Fracta spit it out right now, oh dear. Yeah, we're kind of struggling to remember what even happens in primary school. I do remember there was like a music segment. I remember there was like an art segment that was like maybe once or twice a week. We would have like an hour dedicated to either like art or music, or like maybe there would be like videos, or you'd be playing with like bricks or something. I barely remember primary school, my goodness. I remember parts of it, but I don't actively remember it. It's weird. Defiant nom nom nom. Enjoy your noms, Fracta. Enjoy your noms. God, I can't remember primary school. I cannot remember primary school for the life of me. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll have a chat with some people I know who work with younger kids. Oh, actually, no, what the frick am I even talking about? I know a teaching assistant. Why am I not just talking to them and saying, hey, by the way, how are like the kids' like school days organized? Because I'm kind of writing about that right now. Dear, I just hope they don't ask for too much more context. Primary school is now TikToks. Oh, it better not be. It really better not be. Nah, it's fine. No, I'll ask about it. I've got a friend I can lean on. Let's just write crap in the meanwhile, and I'll ask about it when I next see them, which will be soon, actually. It's part of why I'm not streaming on Saturday. Actually, I'm going to be visiting friends, which is going to be very nice. They bloody owe me a favor. They owe me a favor. And I can cash it in by asking them to tell me about the routine of the children at the primary school they work at. No, that's not going to work. So I'm sounding a little bit sussy there, but it's for writing reasons. Dear. Now there's that ongoing joke about if your CIA agent because we all have one assigned to us personally, were to look at your search history and just go, yeah, why were you looking up this strange and weird no-fly list inducing subject? I was doing research for a book. Just an ongoing joke with that. Yeah. It's totally legit. I have totally legit reasons for needing this information. It is very fun. But yeah, hopefully you're doing good, Fracta. Hopefully everyone's doing good today. I am. But I am also starting to get a little bit tired. So we will probably wrap up at the top of the hour. Since I'm talking more with the dark braided girl. How do we go into more friendly? Do I see a caramel dancing? I see a goblin dancing. Caramel dancing. Dear. Let's see, have I missed anything? No, I've not missed anything, that's good. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I'm not being... I'm being terribly not chatty today. Aside from one or two little highlights where I'm talking about the stuff that I've ran into or little bits about myself, I'm not doing quite as much chat as I as I often do on these. I don't know. A little bit tired, a little bit of not being quite used to doing this on a Tuesday rather than a Thursday. So I don't know. It's a bit of a different vibe today, you know, start of the week. But we're still making really good progress, which is nice. We are. I don't know. Part of me wonders if we'll be glad when we get through the tail end of this this little project of mine. Once we've actually wrapped up this this writing project, maybe we'll I don't know. Maybe we'll get to doing different kinds of creative stuff on stream. Been about a good long while since I've done any art on stream. It's been over a year, actually, since I've done art on stream. Can't believe it's been so long. Really can't. But, well, we'll see what we can do, shall we? Where'd you move from? What school did you go for? There's also that boomer part of me that's just going to be like, one of the questions that she needs to be asked is what kind of things she watches on TV. But the thing is, like, I'm casting my mind back. Like, this is meant to be set, like, now. Like, the main story is meant to be set, like, this year. Or, like, maybe last year. Probably this year. And so, if this is, like, 8-9 years in the past from this year that what's happening in this scene is happening, then we're talking as far back as like 2015, 2016. And now I not only have to... People still watch TV, I know, right? I know, who watches TV? But like, what were people doing in 2015 and 2016? You know? Because I distinctly remember the greatest thing to ever happen to the internet, Twitch Plays Pokemon, taking place in early 2014. That was incredible. I distinctly remember watching little bits of it. Ah, oh, good times, good times. I remember watching part of it while busy with stuff. And that was like before this took place. Before these events, like these kids are in primary school in a world that is after Twitch Plays Pokemon. I'm so out of touch with the world. I'm so out of touch with the world. What were kids doing back then? What were 10-year-olds doing in 2016? I have no idea. I don't know, I'm trying to remember, like, there was, in, like, my much extended circles, I am conscious that there was, like, one primary school kid in my wider circle. And I'm pretty sure he was just, like... I'm pretty sure he was, like, playing lots of Minecraft. Like, he's the one who taught me that there was charcoal in Minecraft. Not quite in that year. It was, like... That was years later, actually. He was like, yeah, no, you know you can make charcoal in Minecraft? And I was like, what? My brain just exploded. Yeah, thinking about that stuff makes me feel old. Yeah, mood. Sorry, we're here to make you feel old now. But what were kids doing in 2015 and 16? Seriously. Ancient Minecraft lore, yeah. And it was old news then. I just completely missed it. Planking? No, planking was before. Planking was going on in like 2010. I remember planking. Planking was a thing when it was like 2010. What were they doing like 6 years after planking? Jesus. Oh dear. I have no knowledge. No knowledge. What were kids doing? It's annoying as well because for a short amount of time there was someone at work who was around about these characters' age. And I could have said to them, yeah, what were you guys up to? Like when you were in like primary 7? That could have been helpful. That resource is no longer available to me. Shoot. But maybe it's for the best that I don't like do anything to date this too much. Keep let's not be too specific by saying, yeah, this happens in whatever year. It's intended to primarily take place this year. Just because, like, why wouldn't it? But it could be any year. Like, it's more or less year agnostic. It could happen, like, when I was at uni or whatever as well, which is where a lot of my experience is drawing from with it. Not in terms of the events that take place, just like where my knowledge of uni is like. I recently saw a skit where they pointed out that the time between the setting of Vice City and its release is the same as today in 2008. Jeez. Yeah, no, there's scary thoughts locked up there. There's scary thoughts locked up there. Yeah. There's very interesting ones. Yeah. Like, what year is it now? Freaking... Don't even remember. No. I don't know, what year... What year was the Cuban Missile Crisis? Hold on, let me check. Cuban Missile Crisis was 1962. Which was 62 years ago. So what you're telling me is that the Berlin Wall fell closer to the Cuban Missile Crisis than it did to the current day. Are you kidding me? That's one way of saying that that time has passed. Yes, that's interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, very interesting 2 weeks in time. Well, anyway. Now, where was I? I was somewhere. Oh yeah, I was like wrestling with the fact that I'm old and that time has passed. I mean, it hits harder when you're talking about something that's taking place within your own lifetime. Like, that has more of an effect, I'd imagine. So, I don't know, significant events. I don't know, like 2008 financial crash? Remember that summer when that happened? It was a very weird time. I wasn't conscious enough of world events at the time to be conscious of it. Freaking know where I was during 9/11. I don't remember where I was. Fidget Spinners was 2017. Oh dear. Yeah, 9/11. Freaking. I don't know. What's a midpoint between there and there? That isn't really a good one yet. Nothing relevant. Nah, I don't remember. I don't know, I'm terrible at thinking these things off the cuff. Even more, to be honest, surprise. Harambe was 2016. Oh, Harambe. Never forget Harambe. Yeah, okay, well there's one. Harambe was halfway between now and the financial crash of 2008. There we go. I remember watching some kids show on state TV and they disrupted the broadcast. Okay, I didn't hear that. I heard about it, I'm pretty sure I was at school at the time and we were just told, yeah, this happened. I just remember the place being like deathly and awkwardly quiet. There were just like so many rumors flying about it, and like I was still quite young at the time. So in response to the rumors, it was really just like, holy crap, people are talking about such awful and dire stuff, and I'm like a very small kid. How do I even understand what's going on? And I just like didn't, and it was like really weird because I distinctly remember myself thinking and like writing and drawing like really grim things and not even really understanding what it was that was happening. And I don't remember anyone ever saying, yo, you're a kid, you shouldn't be thinking this right now. It was just, this is happening. Like this has happened, and it's just like, yeah, that's just now a memory of mine that I just like remember. Not so much that it happened, it was just like, because I had no context, it was just like, this is a thing that has happened, and people were just like really weird for a while, and I was like, okay, this has happened, how do I navigate this? I can respond to my mother's reaction, which was such a shock. I was at school when I heard, so I didn't really even have anything to lean on at the time. It was just like, this has happened? Well, that's a thing. I was really mad and went to my mum to complain. Oh dear. Dear. No, I was occupied. I was at school. I think it was like in the morning or the afternoon or something. I don't even know if we got let out of school early. I don't know if we would have been able to be honest. Maybe we did. I don't remember. It was a thing. It was a thing. Probably the reason I remember that well, because it's a pretty guttural thing, yeah. Well, haven't we just got around to talking about grim memories, haven't we? Supposed to be here talking about the concerns and the things that kids run into, and we're talking about our own childhood experience. I'm definitely dating myself at this point, aren't I? If I have conscious memories of remembering 9/11 happening, that's certainly putting a date to me, isn't it? I don't know, like, if your first conscious thoughts are when you're like your first memories start forming when you're like 3-4 years old. Well, congratulations, we've got a floor for how old I am. Great. I don't know, as if I haven't leaked it at some point already, it's fine. Pretty sure I have, actually, so it doesn't even matter. Where was I? On the note of age, I got older today. Nucleos! I wasn't even aware. Many happy returns to you, Nucleos. Makes me feel extra old. Listen. Past certain points, ages stop even counting. Like, the amount of... Okay, so... Damn it. So, yeah, when you're young, when you're like 5 years old and you turn 6, congratulations, your age has just increased by 20%. How do you feel? You feel so much older. But like, see when you get to like 20 and you turn 21, you're only increasing age by like 5%. Doesn't make quite as much of a difference at that point. Like, what's 5%? That's a rounding error. Who cares about 5%? That's nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Like, seriously, no, every time I have a birthday, it's just like, yeah, it's just another day, kind of thing. I don't know, I do enjoy myself on said days, or do my best to, certainly. But like, it's, I don't know, I don't really make a massive big thing of it. Don't really worry too much about it. For the most part, same, yeah, true. But no, Nucleos, congratulations, you've survived another year. This is still an achievement. You certainly do be good to yourself. It is due. But for some reason today was weirdly a lot of talk about age and time. It is kind of odd, isn't it? We just ended up talking about, well, we're doing a flashback chapter, so age ends up being important. The difference in the days the difference in the age of the character leads them to think about different things, prioritize different things, act in different ways. Like have different concerns and just a completely different vibe. And then also just figuring out how people think when they're that old. Like we're old now. Whether you're conscious to think about it or not, we're old now. But it's alright. And even at work, and pretty much most of the people I interacted with didn't know it was my birthday. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I don't know. Like, you're entitled to make a bit of a nuisance of yourself. If it's the kind of thing that you can do at your work, maybe even just like pick up a cake on your way to work tomorrow and just like bring it for everyone and just be like, yeah, there was a cake for my birthday yesterday, and people were like, oh, happy birthday, yes, we'll have some cake. Or like in my case, when I brought a cake on my birthday when I just started my new job, nobody ended up eating any of it. There was like 1 or 2 people took a slice, and I brought 2 cakes expecting lots of people to want cake, and nobody wanted cake. It was crap. I brought 2 cakes and one of them wasn't even opened. I ended up trading it to my neighbor for 2 cupcakes, and it was a good trade. I'm pretty much on the side of it's mostly another day. That's fair. That's fair enough. What do you want to do? I just mentioned it because we talked about age. That's fine. But no, seriously, Nucleus. In all seriousness, just however you want to celebrate, or whether you want to celebrate or not. Regardless, hopefully it's been a good day. I hope it's a good year ahead of you as well. Absolutely. How do we round this out? I think I can maybe just like wrap up this little act right now in the next like 10 minutes, and that can probably do us for this segment. And then just cut most of them. I take the day was sadly mostly work. That's a shame. That's a shame. Hopefully you've got a good weekend ahead of you then to look forward to. I don't know if you guys have it, but we actually have a long weekend this weekend. It's part of why I'm like, yeah, let's not worry too much about. Okay, let's not worry too much. I'm not gonna worry too much about like doing a full 4 streams today. Going through my self-watering pot project is gonna be awesome. That does sound fun, actually. Certainly, once you've got it up and running, or even if you haven't, do like record some videos, take some pictures, chuck them in the Discord. Please do. I want to see. You had a holiday yesterday. Good. No, we've got a holiday next Monday, which is gonna be nice. Although apparently the weather isn't that great this weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to do anything with my long national holiday weekend. But I am planning a little. I'm planning a little something for myself, which will be very nice. We'll see whether I go through with it. But I've got plans. I've got some plans. Very much just for myself, rather than anything else. Regardless. Right. I'm out of music. Gotta go to an art exhibition next weekend. Ooh, that does sound fun. Does actually. Sounds like you're gonna have a fun weekend. I shall. I'll be seeing friends this weekend, which will be nice. I've got another friend who I've been trying to get a hold of for like over a month at this stage. I just can't seem to get a hold of them. Hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up at some point soon as well. And then next weekend is all for me. I'm just gonna be good to myself next weekend. It's gonna be nice. I won't even be streaming. I'm gonna be taking part of that weekend off to be not streaming. I'll probably stream maybe the day before I go and do my stuff, and then maybe after I've came back, I'll be able to stream as well. That would be nice. But yeah, that's the thing for later. Anyway, let's see if we can actually wrap things up a little bit. I think let's round off with some meaty loaf. We'll actually do out of the frying pan because it's a good song. I likes it. Right. Oof. There was another line I was gonna make as well. Let's not round out just yet. We'll round out shortly. We'll go for this. Meatloaf is somewhat symphonic in style, isn't he? I'd say so, I suppose. I'm not the most well-versed, pardon the pun, when it comes to music. I can see the symphonic somewhat through word relations, but I couldn't tell you about it in terms of, like, musical sense. I just love Meatloaf. It's good. I wish I could music more. I did actually end up, if anyone actually listened to it, I did actually do what was it? I did the song cover with Faith They Fade a couple months ago. It was actually recorded last year, if memory serves. Wait, was it last year or was it just earlier this year? No, it was last year, wasn't it? Jeez, it just took forever. Just be like that. But yeah, I recorded the cover with Faithy Fade. And afterwards, Faithy was like, yeah, Mel, are you sure you don't actually sing? Because, like, you've got really good breath control. Like, you've got that completely down. Like, you could do really good singing if you wanted. And I was just like, yeah, sure. I've had zero singing training for like ages, more than half my life. So if you say so, sure. I don't know. I just enjoy singing. I don't necessarily sing for others to enjoy. So hearing that people say that singing is good is just very much an out there thing. I don't know. Maybe I should explore the possibility a bit more. I think I maybe should do that in general. I'd like to have the time, the space, and energy to explore more things. That'd be very nice. She says, in spite of all the exploring of new things that she's been doing of late. Do it, I'd say. Maybe I shall. Maybe I shall. We'll see. We'll see. Need people to bully me into doing stuff. And then at some point I'll just run away with it. Did I use before long? Yeah, I used before long there. I'm crashing. I'm crashing. My brain is currently, if you're wondering why I've just been sitting in silence staring at my screen, my brain is currently racing to try and figure out what it is I'm going to be saying. And I know exactly what I want to say, but I literally don't have the energy to think about how I'm going to do what I'm actually wanting to say. So I don't know if I'll... Do I even need to? I think I'm kind of... Also, look at the notes here. See this little section here? These two lines? These two lines is everything I've written up till now, basically. Okay, maybe down to here. We've written that much so far. That's what we've written here. This little section here is literally just going to be the next, like, 4 or 5 paragraphs. It's fine. But we turned 4 lines out of 8 into 1,300 words today. Which is fantastic. I'm very happy with it. In 3 hours, 1,300 words is 100 words per hour more than I normally do, which is a good job, if I may say myself. It is actually, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, no, as Nucleus says, I think I do need to kind of call an end to the stream here. So, yeah, this has been really good. It's been writing like a kind of, I've not been talking quite as much about what I've been writing this stream. I've more been like going off on tangents, like related to the story, but not talking about the story I've written itself. So this one is very much the flashback. It's flashing back to Brianna's first day at school when they're 11 to 10 to 11 years old. Brianna's just moved to the area and meets Clementine. And a lot of it still goes down the psychology aspect, more exploring the situation that Brianna finds herself, where she's just like, feels very isolated. Her mother feels very disinterested. She's overwhelmed by the surroundings. She feels like she's a bother for the people around her. She's intimidated by the thought of going into the school. Kind of left to herself by her mother, who has other things to do. And to be fair, she's got work, but at the same time, she could use more support on that front. And then it's just, you are now in the system, you're surrounded by kids. Your teacher's there, the kids are all looking at you. They're greeting you, but it's like very artificial in the way that kids greet people. There you go, there's your work for the day, just get to it. Overwhelmed by the whole thing, the whole process. Being so different, not knowing what you're doing, distractions all around you, wanting just to leave. I think it's, I love it. I like the way that I've expressed this. Like this, I'm leaning on different aspects of my own personal experience here. I haven't gone through specifically what Brianna's going through in these moments. Like the exact same situation, but I have felt similar feelings at different parts of my life, and I'm enjoying getting to express this all in this way, which again is just more of the joy of getting to tell this story. This is I don't know. I don't know if this really fits into the category of like novels, where it's like very like personal novel, even if it's not biographical. But in a sense, this really is that. It's a very personal story for me, as I've said probably 10 plus times at this point, considering this is stream number 10 of this project. And then we've got the actual introduction to Clementine. Brianna first being like really closed off and quite harsh towards her, but slowly being willing to hear her out, listen, and then talk to her and actually enjoy talking to her, like having made a friend and like learning bits about each other. And it's nice, it's cute, and it's nice. So yeah, no, I've really enjoyed writing this. Thank you so much everyone for joining me. As I'm pretty sure I said last time as well, not just this time, but any times you've been in for it. It's been lovely having this story, and it's been nice being able to share it today. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I have. So yeah, I don't expect there's going to be a stream on Thursday. If I do, it'll be because I'm not in too much pain and discomfort, and because I don't desperately have a big pile of chores to do. If I do stream on Thursday, then I don't know, maybe we will do a little bit more writing. I would like to make a little bit more progress. I don't know if it'll be a 3-hour stream, but we'll see. Aside from that, we will be streaming Elden Ring on Friday, which should hopefully be at 1 PM UTC plus 0. It should be that time, may or may not actually be that time, we'll see, but it should be around about that time. No stream on Saturday. I will be streaming some more Stalker Clear Sky on Sunday, so look forward to that, folks. But yeah, with that having been said, I've been Melanie. Thank you so much for dropping by. No particularly special thanks today, but yeah, special thanks to Nucleos for dropping by on your birthday. Whether you're making a big deal of it or not, you mentioned it here, and I want to give a shout out to you. So thank you so much for coming here. Hopefully you found it interesting or chill or enjoyable. Hopefully have a good rest of your day, folks. Enjoy the rest of your week until next time I see you. Be good to yourselves. Take very good care of yourselves. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye. Productive stream makes me happy. Yeah, thank you all so much, folks. Right. Now who can we raid? Who can we afflict you all upon? Who's streaming today? Lennox? We'll read Lennox. It's been a while since I've raided Lennox, and I've been saying I wanted to for a bit. Yeah. He was playing Mabinogi, which looks like a something that I don't know what it is. I'm too tired to parse. Anyway, take it easy, all. See you soon. Mata ne.